I mean, right here, author Tito M. Bradley.
Let's go.
Now, if y'all remember Tito is a longtime friend of ours. Came on, y'all remember Bait and Switch? Huh? I remember doing the viral. I remember Tito was in the streets looking cool. Like, he made you want to be an author if you wasn't one already. It made you want to get the book. I'm telling you, because he's just such a cool guy and so natural at it. And I think you weren't even married at the time, Tito.
No, I wasn't.
You know, that's how we go back, baby. That's how we go back.
Sir.
Wasn't even married yet. You know, now he has a loving, significant other. And then
Reciprocation was next.
Reciprocation, I'm missing one.
That's a suspense thriller.
That's a suspense thriller, Reciprocation?
Yeah, that was the third book.
Y'all remember that? Can we get a close? There we go. Yeah. We good? Yeah. Now, hold on. This was before
We Got Issues was the very first one.
Yeah, this was the very first book.
The very first book.
2008. Basically like a relationship guide.
Absolutely.
Did you catch a lot of flack for this?
No, actually everybody loved it because the way I wrote it was a conversation style. The book is called We Got Issues, a conversation about black love and relationships. So the book is not finger pointing. It's actually bringing up topics so that we can discuss them and come to a positive.
Doing it like that from that perspective, you were able to help a lot of people get through some
Absolutely,
things.
and myself as well.
So what has been the constant? You done came with multiple books now.
The constant with all the books, all the novels, they are all based in Cleveland. Everything that happens in all my books are based in Cleveland, and I reference real people, real stars, real celebrities, real restaurants.
Why has that been important to you in a constant in the books for you to represent Cleveland?
For one, I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, EC, but I represent the whole thing. But when I started reading when I was younger, the books were about New York, LA, Philadelphia, all these places, but I couldn't really relate because I didn't know the streets, I didn't know the lingo, I didn't know how it felt. So when I started writing books, I wanted people to come to Cleveland in real life.
That's
so
real.
when you read my book, you come into Cleveland, the stories change and the genres change, but the format is the same. Immerse Cleveland in it with real people, with real places, with a fictional story.
Well, I want to bring them up to date, Tito. You done came with another one.
Yes, sir.
You done came with The Vault. Now get this, though. This is a new concept breaking right here on PlayaTShow.com, Hollywood in the Hood. This is a book. It's a work of art with 4 books in one.
Absolutely. 4 completely different genres.
It's urban fiction.
Yes, sir.
Suspense thriller.
Yes, sir.
Coming of age.
Yes, sir.
And romantic comedy concepts.
All in one book. It's never been done before. This is history. Y'all viewing history. You will see people doing it, but you'll see who. I did it first.
Okay,
who put this thing together?
Okay, hold on.
I did. That's who.
Well, you know what? This some people say, well, this like Master P and them when he was coming with the double albums back to back with everybody on the label, and they was like flooding the market. Man, this could have been 4 different books.
4 different books, but it's a sampler of what I do. If you look at all of my other books, they're all different. Okay. You got a erotic novel, you got a suspense thriller, you got urban fiction, you got self-help. So I just did it all in one book.
And what was the reasoning? Why did you do that?
When I'm at book signing, some people, they like urban fiction. But they might want to try an erotic.
Like a hustler alert.
It's a hustler. But they don't want to buy 2
hustler
books.
Alert.
They might want, some people they might like, suspense thrillers and not really like urban fiction that much. So what I did in this book, I gave a little bit of everything so you can buy it, and then if you like that, you can go back and get the other books that I wrote with the whole,
Well, I tell you, it takes a lot of courage to want to switch up something on how you've been going at it for a while, and now to come with a new concept. But Absolutely. I think that's still nonetheless ingenious because you're right. If somebody doesn't like urban fiction, they can go with the suspense thriller. you know, or they can go with the coming of age or the romantic comedy, or they might get introduced to these other genres.
Absolutely.
And fall in love with you because you're so versatile.
Cost you much.
Yeah,
It didn't cost you much.
You got 4 books in one, baby.
I just want you to sample a little bit. Just taste it.
I got a question. Do you ever get people like, I don't really read books, but man, I read your book and I've been reading you ever since this bait switch?
Absolutely. I have people, you know, that says, you know, I don't really like that. And a lot of times the way I get people is I say, well, I open up a page and I say, just read, give me 2 sentences right here. And they, let me get that.
Book signing.
Yeah, let me get that. You know, I trap a lot of people like that, especially with Blue Euphoria. You know, Blue Euphoria is an erotic novel, and everybody like erotica, even if you say you don't. I know you do. The Vault, it's a lot of my life story in the coming of age. It's based on a young guy growing up in East Cleveland. It starts in 1986 till he grow up, and his uncle trying to give him the game. His uncle is a drug addict, so he really don't want to listen to him. But his uncle was really telling him what he need.
Oh,
so,
wow.
You know, keep him from doing a bunch of dumb shit. So
Yeah.
it goes through his life. He goes to Shaw, like I went to Shaw. So all the little, from the age of 14 till adulthood, you know, is a lot of, you know, stuff that we experienced. And some of those things, you know, came from my real life.
What did it take a little bit extra long, extra bit of time to complete this, knowing that you had 4 different projects in one?
No, not really. I have to take my time. I just do it. You know, I write an outline and then I go according to my outline. When the story hits me, I write. When it leaves, I leave it alone. So.
He said that he wrote the book during this pandemic.
Yeah. We were talking candidly behind the scenes, and you said you wrote it during the pandemic, but you actually didn't put anything that you were dealing with in the pandemic in the books. Why not?
Well, you know, through the pandemic, I started writing this at the end of 2019. That was going right into 2020 when, you know, everything went crazy. We had, you know, the pandemic, the election, the social injustice. And for me, writing was a way to escape. And that's what I do when I write, or when you do any form of entertainment, you're allowing people to leave their day-to-day life and immerse in something else. But what people don't understand, for the author, that's a way for me to escape as well. So I get to leave whatever is going on in the world and create an entirely different world for you to enjoy later.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the great thing about writing a book, you know, because you can, like, you're the author. You're knowing where you're going with it. It is exciting.
You can direct it to where you want to. And I didn't want to relive it. You know, 20-something, nobody really wants to relive or the injustice that took place. And, you know, there's a lot of chaos, you know.
Work like that. I'm right here with Tito Bradley right here.
Yes, sir.
Author of The Vault. Now, The Vault, when you're looking it up, when you open it, it does have, you know, 4 different books in one. And when you get the book from Tito directly, you get the color version.
Absolutely. Limited edition, you can only get it from me. If you order from Amazon, it will be black and white. So when I'm at book signing events, come out, you get the
Looks
exclusive.
really nice, right? You read you all the
edition.
synopsis. All right. It says the vault is 4 stories. I'm gonna kind of give a synopsis. The release date, that's an urban fiction. Ed Wilson, an inmate in Ohio Correction Institution, has come up for parole right before Christmas. While battling demons with gambling, is trying to stay out of trouble until his parole hearing. His baby mama is giving him a hard time. His mother will only allow him back into her home if he returns to her strict religious lifestyle. You know, without a place to stay, he can't get paroled. If he doesn't get paroled, he may never leave prison. How far will Ed go to make his release date? That's the urban fiction.
Yes, sir.
All right, Staycation. Staycation, that's a suspense thriller.
Yes, sir.
Amber and Tanner are newlyweds working through a rough patch in their marriage. Due to the looming debt from their student loan, the young attorney and school teacher decide to vacation close to home. In their attempt to create new memories, Amber disappears into thin air. Tanner begins to exhaust all resources towards finding his wife, only to find himself as the #1 suspect.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, you got the romantic comedy to it also. This is a hilarious look at dating in the 21st century, written from a man's point of view. Parrish can't win for losing. He has a great career. He's in shape like Corey Kane that walked in. He's handsome, and yet true love eludes him. Join Parrish on his spontaneous joyride, looking for love in all the wrong places. With his refusal to quit attitude, he finds himself dealing with all kinds of crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
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 Dating, you know, I wanted to do dating from our perspective, and a lot of things that guys deal with, we don't talk about. But it's just a perspective from this guy dating and all the different things he has to deal with, dealing with different females. And, you know, he got his issues too. You know, nobody leaves unscathed. This is a relationship roller coaster.
Wow.
And trust me, it's definitely a roller coaster. It's a definite roller coaster with a crash landing. You're gonna really be entertained with that.
Well, that's a dope concept. And if somebody want to patronize you, Tito, where can they get any of your books at?
Well, all of my books are available on Amazon.com. This one will go live next Friday, but I will be at Chicoia's.
You got a release party, yeah.
Got a release party where you can get the limited edition directly from me at Chicoia's, 7 o'clock to 1 p.m. 1 a.m., 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Friday, July 2nd.
Friday.
You got to go real quick, man. Inspire the authors coming up behind you, man. Give them some words of encouragement right now.
Don't give up. Be original. And definitely get a good editor. Find a mentor in the game.
That's great advice. Give it up. Go get the vault. Playa T, that's me. We'll be back in a minute with Cuddy.